Okay, this is the walk around startup video for the 1995 Honda PC800, or also known as the Pacific Coast. This is a very fine example, and the nice thing about the black color as opposed to the white or the red is it makes the bike look a lot smaller when you're going down the road. This bike has no tip over or crash damage on it at all. There are a few rock chips here and there, but you have to really look for them. And I'd start off with the fact that even though this is a 95, you can see the mileage on it is very low at 6,800 miles. And you see no fading on any of the instruments or any of the hand controls, because it's only been outside when it's been used. I also have a Garmin GPS mount that's already wired in. So all you do is you just take your Garmin and plug it in, and you got GPS without having to do anything, which is really cool. A lot of the other design features about this, even though it's a fully fared bike, Honda has done a marvelous job of making it very easy to service. This cover here on the right hand foot side comes off, and you can see that's where you'd fill your oil or check your oil level. You can do it without any tools. Of course, me being left-handed doesn't. Oh, there we go. Same on the other side, except there you have access to bleed and flush the hydraulic clutch system. And if you look down here, you can see the drain bolt and the oil filter. So the oil and filter can be changed without taking any body parts off at all, as well as being able to, as I mentioned, flush the clutch fluid by only taking this side cover off. And then here you have an actual glove box. I carry my phone and my camera in these little plastic things just to keep from bouncing around. And the gas tank is under the seat, so all the weight is down low. And under this cover here, you got your gas fill, you got your seat trunk latch to open, and here's your throttle control right here. You can raise or lower your throttle, again, without taking any body parts off. It's really a nice design. Here's your choke lever right up front. And one of the things that's really amazing is this is narrower than a Goldwing. When you look at the cavernous trunk, you can literally put 4 sacks of groceries in here, or 2 people, are good for a 3-day, 4-day trip with each person taking one side. And it's all integral. You can see that all the labels from the factory are still on the bike, just because it's got very few miles. Usually you see these Pacific Coast with 50, 75, 100,000 miles on them. But this has been in my collection, and I occasionally use it for like running errands and getting motorcycle parts and stuff. It's really nice. It has new Dunlop tires on it that have about 300 miles on them is all. The coolant has been flushed. It has 4 new spark plugs, even though it's a V-twin 800. The front brake fluid has been flushed and replaced with Honda .4 Pro. The rear brake has been flushed and replaced. The hydraulic clutch has been flushed and replaced, and the shaft drive oil has been drained and refilled. So literally everything has been done service-wise on this. Whoever buys it, basically you can just take and drive it and put gas in it for several thousand miles before you really have to think about anything. One of the other nice features about the Pacific Coast is the fact that it is, or has, hydraulic valves, so there's no valves that never need to be adjusted. So I'll do a walk around so you can see that all the plastic is intact. There's no broken pieces. like I said, like see if you look at the front of the fender there's a little tiny chip, rock chip, but they're really, you know, I mean, you got to just be looking at them, looking for them. And on both sides, in the front here and in the rear there, you have engine or bike case guards, crash bars, but they're hidden by the plastic. And you can see that all these ones here have no damage on them from being tipped over or crashing or anything. That's one thing you want to look at first whenever you see a PC800 is go to these 4 pieces, the 2 on each side, because that'll tell you what's been going on if they've been tipping over. You can also look at the foot peg and see there's no scrapes on it. Look at the side. See, there you go, no scrapes. Great shaft drive system. Doesn't have any lurching when you let the clutch out. It's just very smooth, like you would expect a Honda to be. And this was, I believe, getting close to the last year where they covered the front disc brakes like you see here, just for styling features. The seats are perfect. There's no damage to them at all. So I'll do a startup here. You get the oil light was on before I started, but you can see all the lights are working. Horn works. You'll see that the front left turn signal works, but what's nice about this is Honda has double filament bulbs in the front turn signals, so you can see on the left side they're always on as a running light, and then they get brighter with the second filament when you're turning. Here's the left rear turn signal. Right rear turn signal. Front right turn signal. And then when you turn the turn signals off, you just push in. So you go left or you go right, but when you're done, you just push it in. And they're self-canceling. After you go about 500 feet, they'll automatically turn off if you have forgot to do that. And I'll show you the brake lights. Okay. Had to reach for that. So here you have, and it's, I point out again, you see the choke is all the way off and it's idling perfectly. So you know that the carburetors are clean, you don't have any plug pilot jets or anything else that would require attention. So also pay attention in the ad and read all of my text, because I seldom get everything in the video that is worth talking about, and I seldom get everything in the text that's worth talking about, but between the video and the text and the pictures, you should have a very good idea of the entirety of the condition of this bike. And I just took it yesterday for a 200-mile ride, cleaned it up when I got home, and if I didn't have so many bikes, it'd be one I would certainly keep just for pleasure riding. So there you go.